Oh, tough stretch. We have to go from playing UNLV, the best team in the conference, to playing probably two of the other best teams in the conference on the road. And I just want us to stay on just the mindset of let's just keep working at it and see where it can take us. I do think that we took a big step forward in the UNLV game, and if we can take another step in the Colorado State game and another step in the Wyoming game, who knows, we might be able to pull those off.
How did you see your team make a step in the UNLV game?
It was our most focused effort, and with every trip down the floor. And the few times we weren't focused, they made us pay. And so I just think that for us to be able to be that young and still stay that dialed in to what the task was at hand, and I honestly felt the only area of the game that they outperformed us in was the offensive rebounding and the second chance points. And I thought everything else we were pretty even.
With a young team, obviously inconsistency always plays a role. How do you get them to kind of follow up the UNLV performance for Wednesday night against Colorado State?
That's the $1 million question. Can they understand what that felt like? I think there's no question that they were that dialed in because they knew they had to be. And I really believe that for every game in conference we have to be that dialed in. So with the exception of Dasha McMillan, I didn't think anybody played exceptionally. I thought that certainly Dasha McMillan played her best game of the year, but everybody else they were just playing hard. They were working together and playing smart. So they need to realize there is still some growth there that can happen.
What makes Colorado State so good, and why is it such a tough place to play?
Well, they're very they got a lot of people that can score, and they have just a terrific point guard, and she is you just sometimes can't believe she just got that shot off or made that score or whatever. She's just really, really good, and everything runs through her. And again, extremely veteran team. Same players have been together for 3-4 years, and they have just a lot of pieces that you have to deal with. So it's going to be a big challenge, another big challenge.
You just talked about McKenna. How good is she? What makes her so difficult to defend? Because she can kind of score 20 but also get 5 or 6 assists.
Well, she gets those assists because it's hard for one person to stop her, and so she almost always has to pull a secondary defender, and she's very good at getting the ball to whoever's defender just left them. It's her awareness of the game that makes her so good. It's the fact that she's a terrific athlete. She's not very big, obviously, but she's a terrific athlete. Don't ever underestimate, where she is athletically. And then she is very skilled and very smart. So you put that package together in most anybody, and they're going to score a lot of points.
For the third straight season, you guys went 2-2 to start conference play. That's never been done before prior to 2021. Do you feel like you guys are in a good point right now to really compete with the better half of this league?
I feel pretty good that our January is probably. I'm okay with who we have on the road and who we have at home in January. And January is always when you make the biggest, the most growth as a team, particularly when you have as many brand new players as we do and people trying to figure it all out. And so you want January to be a big growth month, and as long as we grow as I think we have been, then February you got to be pretty excited about February, and we'll have more home games. We'll have more of these tough guys at home, not have to play them on the road. We have to play UNLV on the road, but it's nice to have Wyoming on the road out of the way, and Colorado State on the road out of the way, and Fresno on the road out of the way, and Nevada on the road out of the way. And those will all be, out of the way, and we get to play those people at home.
Where do you want to see the most growth of this team? What area do you feel like y'all need to improve in the next 2 months?
We need to continue to improve in our ability to score within our motion offense. I thought we did some things against UNLV that we've been working on, and they took some steps there, but we still have a lot of growth room in who we are. The boards, we can focus on it. We can keep practicing. We can keep making it a point of emphasis, but it's not. We're not suddenly going to all become great rebounders, or get any bigger. And so we just have to continue to you see sometimes we box our little hearts out. We box out so hard and that's there's not that much room. We can only do what we can do, and I think we're pretty close to, maxing out what we can do in that area. But I definitely think we can continue to grow offensively. We're hitting more shots. I definitely think that we can continue to grow defensively. You have all those young players who are learning this defense for the first time, and they have just made leaps and bounds over where we were in the beginning of the year. And so if they keep getting this figured out and how we do this, and particularly our full court pressure, because every time we play somebody, they handle it differently, and then we have to go back and show the film and say, okay, now when this happens, this is how you would handle it. And so that there's a lot of room to grow in what we're doing with our zone press too.
Quick question, Joe Hunnemer update. I know you kind of went into it the other night, but if she's going to be limited in minutes, how do you use her?
I can't wait to get her out there and just see what she can do. Yes, we have to be careful about not letting her get fatigued right now, and so it'll be strategically using her as opposed to having a definite rotation cycle or anything like that. So I think we'll use her pretty strategically just to save those minutes for times when we think we really need her.